What's up everybody, Wolf Overlord here with another storytime video. Now, this is the most embarrassing moment of my life that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, if you couldn't tell by the title. So this takes place in my 8th grade year. Me and my best friend Gage, who sat down next to each other in our history class, which was always right after lunch. Our class was outside in the portable, which was, if you don't know, a small aluminum building. Usually there's multiple of them, but they're just for extra classrooms, because there's not enough room in the school. Now, that day we had just eaten lunch and we're on our way to class. Nothing unusual, just the same old, Anyways, we get to our class, pull out our books, and sit down. Our teacher gave us the day or the time in the class period to work on our previous assignment. That way he could get caught up on all of his work. And you know how teachers do that sometimes. So about 5 minutes into this boredom, I get this god-awful smell eeping up into my nose. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out what it is. I start looking around to see if I can find the cause, but I couldn't, so I turned to Gage and asked him. I was like, yo, do you smell that? And he says, yeah bro, it's bad. It was at that time that I looked down and noticed that I had stepped in the biggest pile of dog shit to ever be seen. So I kind of started to freak out a little bit because I didn't want to be known as the kid that smelled in class just because I stepped into somebody's dog shit that they were too careless to pick up. Which, by the way, really fucking pisses me off. If you take your dog on a walk and they decide it's time to go to the bathroom, please, for the love of God, pick it up so that way no other kid has to endure this kind of embarrassment. Anyways, I'm losing my shit over here, trying to figure out how to handle the situation. And, like a dumbass, I start wiping it on the floor, which inevitably smeared into the carpet. And yet, it still was not all off. I was just like smearing it more and more, and it was horrible. So, like the smart person I am, I decide to wipe it on Gage's book holder beneath his chair. You know the little metal rack that holds all of your books and whatnot? Yeah, that thing. I wiped shit all over that. On my best friend's chair. And the smell was still there, if not getting worse. About 30 minutes into class, my teacher on the other side of the room, like we were literally on the other wall, and his desk was on the opposite wall, lifts his head and says, "Does anybody else smell that?" And Gage's ex, who he hadn't dated at the time, so I guess in that time she was just our friend, she goes, "It's Darian, he has hygiene problems." And everyone just stared at me. Obviously, I can't let everybody think that I can't handle my hygiene, which I can, by the way. So immediately I say very loudly, so everybody can hear, "No, I stepped in dog shit." And I didn't say shit, I said crap because, I live in Utah, if you didn't know, and we're a very Mormon state. So, like, even saying crap is kind of like pushing it. But my teacher goes, "So you decided to wipe it on my floors." He then proceeds to call the janitor, then tells me to go outside and scrape the rest of it off. So I do. I even went the extra mile to the bathroom and washed my shoe in the sink. Because I didn't want it on my shoe, I skate, I didn't want shit all over my board. And I didn't want to be tracking it through the class, and I didn't want to fucking be that smelly kid, So, by the time I got back, the janitor was there at my classroom, and my teacher handed me the cleaning supplies and told me to go clean it up. Which in turn was fair, but every single kid just stared at me and laughed. Now that I look back at it, it was fucking hilarious, but at the time, it was a goddamn nightmare. I asked my girlfriend actually yesterday if he had mentioned anything about it when she had his class the year after I was in it. And apparently he still talks about it because she looked at me and was like, "That was you?" And to this day, I'm pretty sure he still talks about it. I'm obviously, not even like, I'm like way past 8th grade now. But yeah, so that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. And just a quick tip, check your shoes before you walk into class. But yeah, that was the most embarrassing moment of my life so far. Before we go, I would just like to thank Cinch Gaming for sponsoring this video. If you haven't already, be sure to check out their website to get some badass gaming gear. If you happen to purchase anything, you can use code WolfOverlord to receive a 5% discount. Thank you so much everybody for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Comment and tell me if you've had any embarrassing stories like that. Also, what you would like to see me do for my next video. And turn on those bell notifications, that way you can be notified every single time I upload. Let's try and hit 10 likes on this video. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.